Big, exciting, great news as you start your Sunday morning with renewed optimism to get your stimulus by executive order and by focusing on the events after the election. By all accounts, no one thinks the stimulus deal is going to be hatched before the election because there's a certain problem. The Senate's closed come this Monday. But we're not closed. We're not done. We're going to get our stimulus. It's just not with this group this way. And this is going to be a great morning of early mornings LALATE. Hi, good morning, everybody. It's Early Mornings LALATE. Hope you're good and safe. Wow. Bottom of the hour, 6:30 a.m. What do you got going on plan for today? Drop me comments. I'd love to hear what you're doing later today. Of course, you'll be watching some videos. But other than that, I'd love to hear what you're doing. The toast is toasting. I'm here. You're here. The corn's here. Hello, Mr. Corn. All ears. And it's an exciting day. We're going to get through this together. We are, and we're going to get to the finish line. And I'm so glad you joined in. Go to the French channel, subscribe. Subscribe because we're going to reach the finish line together. It won't be today. It won't be tomorrow. But we're going to get to the finish line together. Also, like this video. This video is part of a enhanced viewing experience. If you're new to this channel, if you're new to Early Mornings LALATE, congratulations, because you're gonna have fun this morning. This broadcast has a live premiere, instant premiere feature. Oh boy. It's an enhanced viewing experience. And as an instant premiere, there's a live chat. Did you not know that? Just look to the right. Look over there. Not out the window, to the right of the video. No, don't look on your neighbor. Don't spy on your neighbor. Look at the right side of the video. There's a live chat that's going on. In that live chat, it starts when the video debuts at 6:30 a.m. So if you're watching this video at 10 o'clock in the morning and you sort of slept in, I'm sorry, you won't be part of the live chat. But if you're watching this video at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 3:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can participate in the live super chat. You can chat. What's this? Live chat that has a super chat function in it. You can chat with your Purple Power buddies, comment about the corn, comment about me, my shirt, my hair, my just keep it. Just okay, cut it out there. Just stop commenting about me. Comment about Nancy's hair. We have a lot of great news for you to start in the morning, and we're getting on booking, we're getting ready, and we're almost finished with the weekend. So here is the breaking news. The breaking news overnight is that the president actually, in a new news article, claims to have said that he thinks the Senate is going to go Democrat. So he thinks the Senate's in trouble. Boy. But apparently in the same interview, at the same rally in which he made these remarks, he apparently also said he thinks the House is going to go Republican. Okay, that's really screwy. I don't know how that's happening. If you did not watch 28 yesterday, and please tune into it today at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, I discussed that at this point, there are three realms of probabilities out there on poll numbers. What's the greatest likelihood for the Senate? What's the greatest likelihood for the president? What's the greatest likelihood for the House? Of the three things, the House's greatest likelihood is to say exactly how it is right now. A hot mess express. It's not going to... It could be more of a hot mess express than it is, but it's at least going to stay exactly the hot mess express it is with a Democratic run. $12 ice cream loving person in control. Over in the Senate, that appears to be the lowest probability of the three events, and that is that the Senate would go Democratic. Now, it's actually on the higher side that it would go Democratic than it would stay how it is. It's about 80%, I think it was, that it would go Democratic versus 30% it would stay how it is. So in that regard, President Donald Trump may be correct. Then, what does he say about his own election? Well, he thinks he's going to win. Those same reports have a greater likelihood than not than that he would lose the White House. So in those three spectrums there, the most important thing you need to unfortunately be focused on is the Senate. Oh yeah, because ultimately the Senate's going to decide whether or not you're going to get the stimulus, and if you did not follow how that's so, please watch 28 and please watch evenings McConnell versus Trump from last night. In that, I went over why the fastest way to get your stimulus is for the Senate to remain in Republican control, because ultimately, if it goes Democrat control, you're going to have to wait a while. And that is a big issue. The report overnight said that it was reported on Saturday that Trump told Republican donors this week that it'll be tough for the Republicans to hold the Senate in U.S. Senate elections. Trump trails Biden in most national battleground states. Democrats hold control of the House of Representatives, but in a donor meeting, Trump allegedly said that Republicans are going to take back the House. Okay. The Democrats currently control 232 to 197, but that he also said that the Senate is going to fall to Democrats. He said that there's a couple of senators he does not want to help and has nothing that he wants to do with them. He says there's a couple of senators in there that I really just don't like and have nothing to want to do with them. And Trump has also predicted a Republican bloodbath in the Senate. Um, Needless to say, the feeling is mutual, apparently, between the Senate and the president. That is not unique. The president is the head of the Republican Party. But it has been widely reported on this channel as far back as almost May that the Republicans in the Senate and the president do not see eye to eye. They just do not. And there's been times in which they said, okay, fend for yourself, let him fend for himself, then he gets pissed, then they get pissed. There have been times when Mitch McConnell wrote the HEALS Act and the president said the bill was a bunch of crap. Why did he write that? So these tensions are long-standing. Ultimately, the shakeup of Election Day will help you because these people really just have a lot of conflict. What's important for you to understand as we start the new day is not so much what's happening today, what's happening tomorrow. Separate and apart from the issue of executive orders, we have the push, the purple power of executive orders. We absolutely have that. We have that down to the night of election night, which is about 10 days away. So purple power, push every single day, every single hour for executive orders from this president, all the way down to election night. Then on election night, what you're going to see is a whole different dichotomy. And what I want to make very clear, because I think I've started to make it clear, I'm going to make it even more clear over the next coming days, is that the day after election night, I guarantee you, there's going to be people drop in the comments, oh my God, this happened, hence it's going to be that. No. I'm telling you right now that the events that unfold on election night will be so precarious that we really won't understand the implications of election night until several days thereafter. We have a lot of problems at issue. The problems at issue are, will people work if they're a lame duck? If they lose their seat, if the balance of power changes in the in a body of Congress, whether it's the Senate or the House, if the White House gets flipped, will people still work between November and December? Generally, lame ducks do not, but this is a little bit different. The next thing to understand is that you could have a contested election. This makes the situation even harder to predict and harder for me to analyze the situation for you now. And so what I have had you focus on now as we sit here in October is not focus on Biden won or Trump won or those type of things. I want you to focus on your stimulus. How much stimulus you should get, and how we push to get your stimulus. What's important for the purple power to realize, and this is what's renewed focus and great news as we start the new morning, is that you're owed stimulus. They're going to get the stimulus. You're going to get a lot of stimulus. The question is when and by who. And what I want you to understand is that we can't really define the timeline. We can't, as a body, a group of people, as the Purple Power family, push what date you get the stimulus. All we can do is push, as we say here today, I mean, that could change, but all we can do here is push the amount of the stimulus. What's important to understand is that the members of Congress have simply been able to show what they can do and what they can't do, and what they don't want to do. On Monday, you're going to see the Supreme Court nominee approved And they're going to show that they got that done in lickety split time. I mean, was it 7 days? They introduced it and they're done. They did not do that for stimulus. They could have done stimulus in 3 days in the month of July. They could have extended FPUC in June. They could have given you a stimulus check in April. They could have given you a stimulus check in March. They could do a standalone bill for this and a standalone bill for that. These people don't want to do certain things. They simply don't do them. And I've been reporting since Friday that I think there's a lot of people on both sides that just don't want to do it. I don't think the president wants to put it up for a vote. I don't think Steve Mnuchin wants to put it up for a vote. I don't think Nancy Pelosi wants to put it up for a vote. But ultimately, at one point, they will put it up for a vote. And that's why you have to be very vocal now, because there's no agreement. If there's no agreement on how much you're going to do, well, guess what? The great news overnight is that on Friday there was a report that said, hey, there's actually no agreement on much of anything for these people. Nancy wanted to tell you, oh, we're almost, they've almost agreed to exactly what I want. No, says a CNN report. No, they've not agreed on what she wants. In fact, they've agreed on very little of what she wants. It appears now that Nancy Pelosi's narrative of we're closer, we're imminent, we're right on the corner, was for her to say that people were doing what she wanted. Yeah, a little narcissistic, a little tyrannical, a little Napoleonic. Check. All those and above. And it turns out that it was all true. They were not doing her FPUC number. They were not doing her stimulus check number. They were not doing, well, no one was doing hazard pay. And they were not doing other things with her as well, like staying local. And so ultimately, she wanted to tell you that they're all doing her things. No, they were not. And that comes back to us. What comes back to us is we're going to demand what we need, what we want, and how we get it. And it's important to understand is that when new people come in, everything just sort of changes. New people in Congress sort of want to do things really fast. They're excited. They want to pass things. They're new and they're into the job. Some of them have never been in politics before. Some of them, this is the first major job in politics they ever had. And they're just so excited to do stuff. And so when they come in, it just sort of changes the dichotomy. And, that's before Nancy Pelosi says, stop, you answer to me. No, that's not going to happen. So that's what's important to understand as we start the new day. Your numbers and your stimulus, whether it's $2,000 or $4,000 or $6,000, if you think you're owed for stimulus checks, go argue for it. Hit on social media. Start the campaign. Start the tagging the Purple Power family. Start MSC, multiple stimulus checks. Start I am valued. And say, this is what I'm owed. You notice how I keep it very free form with you? I am not Nancy Pelosi. I'm not a dictator. I'm not a Napoleon. I don't tell you go on Twitter and tweet $4,000. I'm not going to do that. And I think you respect me for that, because this is a community where people think in their own way. I give you the information and you take the information and you think the way you want it. And I think that's why everyone is so happy in this community, because everyone has a voice and everyone expresses the voice the way they want to express the voice. I don't tell you to go on social media and say $4,000 or $5,000. I do say go on social media and say something, and that's about it. And then, add the right hashtags. Hashtag Purple Power, hashtag LALATE. Let me get to some incredible comments and questions from yesterday. This was from the 6:30 broadcast. Martina, every email I get from Trump or Pence or anyone related to them, I get reply to. We do not have money to donate to anyone. We owed stimulus checks from April to the current month. I also remind them that Senator Harris wanted to give us $2,000 a month to this pandemic end. That was in March. So April the president. So 8 months I told them that $16,000 would save the company, the economy. But no, we have these people every month where I live getting notes on their doors. There are no thank you notes either. They're letting us down big time. We need stimulus checks by executive orders now. Thank you, Martina, for the wonderful comment. Larry Reynolds, they're playing us like yo-yo. Sharon, somebody's got to do something for the Americans. Leslie C. Sorry, Trump, China's not kept you from executive order. Take you 2 minutes and do what you should have done a long time ago. Love that comment as well. Marcia, I think people should vote them out of office. Scott Winson, a woman scorned Pelosi versus Trump. It will not end nicely. Mark Someroff, the president needs to do executive order. Willie Valerio, Purple Power family. Devin Draper, is a case of abuse of authority. Lewis Hoffman, why don't they just change the language from they may to they must? And then Givette Bruce. The situation getting tenuous. Ronnie, put someone in the house. That's it for the people. Amen. If you have comments to today's video, drop in the comments below. Coming up next at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is Morning to LA. That will be a big broadcast, and it's going to be very comprehensive and a lot more details. So make sure you tune in for that broadcast. I'm sorry that yesterday's Morning to LA was very delayed due to YouTube processing time, and Afternoon to LA had the same problem. So not our doing, but really apologize. We're trying to do workarounds to get it fixed. Go to the friend's channel, subscribe because of the best community out there, and we're here to get together and go to the finish line. And also like this video. See you later on Morning to LA, and then stay tuned thereafter for 28 at 12 noon. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, save LA for more.